Hi again. In this unit, we're going to focus a little bit more on inner resources and resource elements in our dreams. But what do we mean exactly by these resources, inner resources? And to start with, we have to understand that our deeper being, who we really are in the deepest of our presence, of our consciousness, is limitless in terms of inner resources. Our inner potential is much wider than what we think we are. We think we are limited little individuals, which in fact we are not really. We are much more than that. But we have no full access to our inner resources most of the time. And the whole of our growth process is one that will reconnect us with our essential self, with our inner resources, with our deeper potential. This is what we want to talk about now, because our dreams often refer to that, give us indications about what we hold that is resourceful to us and that we can use. In a way, whatever dream element comes up in our dreams and appears to be resourceful is the part of our inner resource that we are able to recognize. We wouldn't dream about them otherwise. Let's check out some slides. Just to recap here, our deeper self holds limitless inner resources, which is a limitless potential that is up to us to reconnect with and activate. Our dreams often indicate resourceful elements, which are the resourceful parts of ourselves that we are able to recognize and work with. Dream elements can be used for accessing our inner resourceful space, which we have called our inner parent. When you deal with a resourceful element in the dream, how to reformulate it, they express positive qualities of beauty, harmony, wisdom, love, or energy, whatever seems to be empowering you, what needs to be integrated in your being. So pay attention in your reformulation. Don't just reformulate by something resourceful. If possible, go more specifically into what kind of positive quality that dream element expresses. Let's look at some dream examples. Here, a woman, she's 36. I am walking with a friend on a countryside path. I see some fruit in a garden on the right side, easily accessible, and we start picking some blueberries, strawberries, also some grapes and bananas. All this fruit is behind a fence which has electric wires, which I carefully avoid to touch. I realize we're not supposed to pick this fruit, but this does not really bother me. Behind the bushes, I can see a beautiful house in a big garden with a swimming pool. Rich people, obviously. I keep taking as much as I can of that fruit, and I feel a little frustrated not to be able to reach more, but I am happy anyway to have had access to some. If you want to, take some time to practice reformulating this dream, and when you're ready, just move on. So my reformulation would be, I find myself on my life path in my outer environment, moving on leisurely, walking. So it's not moving fast, not driving a car, it's just walking. Feeling supported and accompanied with a friend. I am aware of the many gifts of life, abundance, on the active masculine side, the right side, which are easy for me to benefit from. So I get a lot from life. I'm aware of all these gifts, beauty, abundance that comes into my life. However, I realize that all these wonderful gifts are not really mine. I feel I don't quite deserve them. I have to take some risks in taking them. I have to carefully avoid problems in my attempts to grasp as much as I can of the good things in life. It seems the gifts of life, the abundance, happiness, joy, good time, are not really something that I should have, but I take what I can. I am aware of a part of me that can fully own and deserve all the beauty of life, as well as emotional tranquility. Cool. But I don't identify with that part of me. That is the house, the beautiful house. So I am aware that there is something there that rich people must own, but I'm not the rich person myself. So I identify with the part of me that is outside of all this abundance. I just take some, but it's not really mine. I take of life as much as I can, but I limit myself. I put fences around my abundance, which is a little frustrating, but I feel happy anyway. What can we learn from this? What is the dream telling her? It seems that this person is aware of the rich house, the pool, beautiful garden, and all the fruit that there is. She is aware of that, but she doesn't fully own it. So the resourceful elements in the dream clearly are that house and the big property and all the abundance that there is in there, but she walks out of it and she has to attempt to grab a few and feels that's not really belong to her. So in her life, what does that really mean? You would have to first anchor her into her resourceful inner space. Make her role play the owner of the house. It's yours. This is your house, your pool, your garden. Everything belongs to you. You are the rich person. You are the fully resourceful one. Start grounding yourself in that inner space. This is where the real potential can develop from that inner space. Go in there. This is who you are. So you can start with that. And then you can help her identify what is it in your life that you need to put fences in order to protect yourself. Or maybe you feel there are fences that make you not reach into all the beauty and abundance of your inner potential. What are these fences? This is what you may want to identify. To sum it up, everything is the dreamer's own, even the rich house. But for some reason, she identifies to the part of her that is outside of these inner resources. It's not hers, it's not totally for her. So when processing, you can help her access ownership of the beautiful house, anchor herself in her fully resourceful inner state. However, it will also be necessary to identify the real life situations that the dream refers to. Maybe just right after the dream, something happened that make her feel, oh, this is difficult. I should not really benefit from that. What is it that represents a fence in her life? Is it an inner fence or an outer fence? So this will require some work with the dreamer. Here a man, he is 46, and he is in a process of creating a new job, self-employed. And things are a little bit difficult at the beginning stage of this process. He doubts about his choice. Did I do well? And he has this dream. I find myself at the recruitment meeting with a boss in a big well-known company where I used to work when I was younger. The result of the meeting is very positive and I am hired. I leave the meeting with a sense of joy and enthusiasm. Finally, I feel secure again. I feel things will be smooth in my life now. Take some time, if you want to reformulate this dream before moving on. So I will translate this as such. I am in touch with my inner boss, the part of me that feels capable of handling big business. But I identify with the part of me who feels tested on his business capacities. It appears that my inner boss is very confident about my professional capacities. This reconnects me with a sense of joy and confidence. This man woke up from this dream thinking that the dream meant that he should go back to this big company where he had worked before. And he absolutely did not want that. He was not happy about this dream. He felt desperate. And this is quite typically a misinterpretation of the dream. We take the dream literally, thinking the dream is telling us something literal. And it's not. The dream needs really to be translated and understood metaphorically. So the dream is not telling him that he should go back there if he wants to be happy and confident. The dream is telling him something very different. It's telling him that he has this inner boss and that he has access to this inner state of confidence and security. He can reach that. That feeling is his resourceful element, most resourceful element. You can also role play the boss, but you can just reconnect with the feeling that he is in touch with at the end of the dream and anchor him into that feeling. That feeling is the key for success in his new job. A feeling of confidence. I can do it. I'm hired. This is the place where I can be confident and successful. In here, not out there. So anchoring into that inner space. Great dream. So the message of the dream is that feeling of security and confidence. The dreamer has access to that inner space. The images and context of the big company are just a metaphor for giving access to that inner space. But it is the feeling that matters most. So while processing the dream, you can reconnect with the feeling. Breathe into it, make it yours.